Welcome back to NH Unscripted. Yeah, we are kind of down in the boondocks area. I'm your Billy Joe Royal-like host, Ray Dudley. We are coming to you from the dating game-like digs of the WKXL studios in Concord. Got my Nehru jacket on, freshly pressed, of course. Baby blue, kind of highlights my eyes. Your job, kick back on those water beds, fire up your lava lamp. And, while you're at it, light the incense, because we are just going to have us a beautiful time today. We are coming to you 1450 AM, 103.9 FM in Concord on your Sony Walkmans, 101.9 FM for the beautiful souls in Manchester, and nhtalkradio.com is our URL. And if I can remember, I'll tell you a little bit later about what's going on out there. In the meantime, I need to thank our sponsor, the law offices of Shaheen Gordon. Yeah, right down the street from us, actually. Not too far from here. Get out your pencils, write it down. You want to put it on your fridge or put it with your important papers. Their website is ShaheenGordon.com. ShaheenGordon.com. Their phone number, 603-614-5560. Their tagline is, because everybody should know a good lawyer. And at my advanced age, let me tell you, that's some wisdom right there. Maybe some personal information. I'm not going to get too deep into it, but everyone should know a good lawyer. Hey, maybe you're going to hit the lottery, right? Yeah, you need somewhere to hide that stuff. Or maybe you want to include me in your will. Yeah, that might be. Go ahead over to ShaheenGordon.com or give them a call, 603-614-5560. They are all over this state. Concord, Dover, Manchester, Nashua, Peterborough, Keene. They even have an office in Hawaii. How crazy is that? It's fascinating, but anyway. Yeah, everybody should know a good lawyer. Just put that in your back pocket. Keep it for later. Well, I've been looking forward to this conversation for a while. We are going to be talking about mushrooms today. On the line with us is Eric Milligan. Good morning, sir.
Good morning to you.
You happen to be, are you the owner and founder of the New Hampshire Mushroom Company?
Yeah, I'm the founder and I'm the primary owner of the farm, yes.
Why don't you give us a URL, and then I'd like to talk to you a little bit about the history of how this thing started. Would you do that for us?
Sure. So nhmushrooms.com.
Okay.
We're located in Tamworth, New Hampshire, so about 15, 20 minutes south of Conway.
Mm-hmm.
Started a farm 13 years ago, and started by, cultivating, fresh specialty mushrooms. And the company's evolved over the years to now include a line of medicinal mushroom supplements, and I do a lot of mushroom foraging ID classes, and we do cooking classes and top 10 classes, and so we have an educational component to our business as well, and we work with a lot of other mushroom farms that have started over the years. So yeah,
Eric,
kind of the gist.
Where did your interest come from for mushrooms, or in mushrooms, however you want to frame it?
God, I've answered this one a lot of different ways.
Give us a truthful way. Then.
Probably broken down. I get bored easily, I think. And when you're a mushroom grower, farmer, cultivator, there's never a dull moment. It's one you get to. There's a lot of science that goes into it, and, it's absolutely fascinating being, they're not vegetables, and, they're not animals, and just trying to figure out, how to grow them, even just to grow them at all. And, being out in the woods a lot, you can make discoveries and be a citizen scientist, and, there's never a lack of an opportunity to learn something new from it. So, that keeps me busy and keeps me curious.
So, starting up a mushroom company is a huge leap from just going out foraging. My wife and I have been out looking for chaga and stuff. And I don't come close to even thinking about a business. How did you make that leap?
Well, there's not a lot of mushrooms to pick in the wintertime.
I go
out in the woods.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had learned mushroom cultivation. I worked briefly at a mushroom farm. I think it was like maybe early 2000s. And like, wow, this is pretty neat. And it wasn't until I was rehabbing a broken leg walking through the White Mountains where I started seeing, the mushrooms that I had sold when I worked at the other, mushroom farm.
Yeah.
And, so, that's a Chanterelle or that's a black trumpet and then what is this? And what is this one? And, well, what are those over there? And you just kind of, you buy a book, you buy 2 books, and then you buy all the books. And I mean, really, if I was going to be wandering around aimlessly through the woods, staring at the ground, I might as well be useful. There's just food laying around there all over the place. And so it just kind of really, kind of took my ADHD hyperfocus into overdrive. And, it's now been, 18 years later.
So, but still, to go from like a backyard kind of person who collects them and, dries them out on their own.
It wasn't, there was always, so you say there's like 2 camps. You have people that have the academia side of, mycology, doing great science and a lot of foraging and, a lot of the, Latin names are changing every year because, with DNA, and that's the academic side. But then you have an entire other group of people that, they cultivate food for a living.
Yeah.
And there used to be a huge juxtaposition between the 2 camps. I mean, they're really, night and day from each other. But in my experience, one sort of begets the other. Figuring out how to, it's easy to cultivate mushrooms. It's hard to do it consistently. And so by learning what those species were doing when they were fruiting in the wild, or cousins of those species that I was trying to cultivate, by observing what was occurring in nature for what would promote them to, have fruit bodies, by recreating that in an indoor scenario, you can get a lot better and more consistent results. And so, one sort of begets the other, at least in my world. And in fact, I think it's in January or February, I'm supposed to go down to, I think Georgia to do a talk to a mycological association. And the talk is called Bridging the Gap, which is the talk about how academia side and the cultivation side are coming closer and closer together. A lot of mushroom cultivators, by getting into, say, cultivating reishi and turkey tail and lion's mane and other adaptogenic mushrooms that are going into products, really want to know the science behind it. I mean, all of these kind of think of it as co-adaptogenic evolution. I mean, a lot of mushrooms are soft and fleshy, just like we are, and they've been around a lot longer than we have, too. I mean, there's so many medicines, and a lot of these adaptogenics are, they're providing our body with the things that we're lacking. I mean, we haven't quite gotten to the point where we can live just on corn syrup, and
Thank God. Jeez.
Well, I'd like it to be easy. It'd be great.
Yeah. No
and so, we're not that far evolved from, like, eating sticks and pebbles and, like, random things we see on the ground. And so, they're giving us the things that we're lacking to do what we're engineered to do, which is, repair ourselves.
Yeah.
So I talk with a lot of mushroom growers about how to, every species that we grow, you can kind of follow a guideline of what you either read on the internet or in a book or showing what somebody else had done. And it just doesn't work. And so a farm across the street would have to operate completely different than the farm here, and the subtleties of different genetics and those sort of things.
Yeah.
Myself and a whole bunch of people across the country over a decade ago, I mean, we were open source.
Yeah, hang on just a second,
we
Eric.
shared our information.
Hang on just a second, because I really, you've said some fascinating stuff that I really want to plumb. Hang on. You are listening to NH Unscripted. We're kind of like your rock and roll lullaby. That would make me your BJ Thomas-like host, Ray Dudley. Yeah, we're coming to you from the not-so-overly ostentatious digs of the WKXL studios in Concord. 1450 AM, 103.9 FM on your Sony Walkmans, 101.9 FM for the beautiful souls of Manchester. Eric Milligan is on the line, and we're talking about the New Hampshire Mushroom Company. I'm fascinated by this. We'll be right back. Welcome back to NH Unscripted. Yeah, like the Copacabana in here. Oh, that would make me your Barry Manilow-like host. Yeah, Ray Dudley. It's coming to you from the laugh-in-like digs of the WKXL studios in Concord. 1450 AM, 103.9 FM on your transistor radios. NHTalkRadio.com is our URL. And we are talking with Eric Milligan from the New Hampshire Mushroom Company about mushrooms. So I have to get this question out of the way. There are certain mushrooms that have a little psychedelic property to them, Eric, right? And certain ones that...
Yeah.
What?
No, you want to get the psychotropic mushroom question out of the way?
Yeah, let's do it.
You waited through the whole first segment before you asked.
Yes, go ahead.
Almost like I've never gotten the question before. Right?
Yeah, let's pretend.
Yeah. Listen, I'll say about psychotropics the same thing I talk about any other quote unquote medicinal mushroom.
Okay.
They're going to work for some people some of the time.
Oh, well, that's
it's a tool. It's a tool.
Yeah,
it's a hammer.
Uh-huh.
Some jobs take a big hammer, some jobs take a small hammer.
Uh-huh.
But it's still your responsibility to build the house.
Well put.
And there's so much variability in different genetics of psychotropics and so much variability on an individual. And depending on how they want to use a psychotropic mushroom.
Yeah.
I think whenever you have any of those products in nature that, one, are a health benefit, but two, can be utilized on a recreational basis, it's going to come into sort of a political sort of firestorm of things.
Yeah.
There's... I hate the term magic mushrooms, but there's really nothing magic about them at all. They're a prodrug. They're it's hard.
That's okay.
I answer the question a lot, but when I really, and people often say that I speak very nonchalantly about psychotropics, like they're no big deal at all with mushrooms, but it might be because I, for the last 18 years, try to educate about these sort of things.
Yeah.
And I think there was nothing to be scary of for things, and there's a lot of really good now science that's above board, where a lot of things that people have known for 50, 60 years are now floating to the surface of like, wow, this is a benefit.
Yeah.
But what am I benefiting for? Am I using something for depression? Or I'm using something for, say, cluster headaches? Or am I using something for, say, MS or Parkinson's or something that I'm ailing from?
Yeah.
I think a lot of people go in with psychotropics thinking that this is a magic elixir and they're going to eat mushrooms and having a profound ego loss experience and then life is grand after. That's not the case. I'm not saying for some people it hasn't been like that.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that there's a lot of veterans that are, attributing, psychedelic experiences to, their lives or people that microdose. But I mean, each person is individual, but certainly nothing to be afraid of.
Yeah. So let's get into your business itself. You said you call.
Sorry, Ray. No, I don't have them. No, I don't grow them, and no, I can't find them for you. I'm sorry. I'm supposed to preface. All of that beforehand.
Yeah. Thank you.
So,
thank you.
Yeah.
Little disclaimer there.
Yeah.
You used the word mushroom farm. Can you elaborate on what that means? What does that look like?
Well, it's sometimes I tell people, I'm a mushroom farm. I'm a farmer, but I don't grow anything.
Okay.
I decompose stuff. So I cultivate mushrooms for a living, but I run a marketing company.
Yeah.
A lot of small farmers do because New Hampshire Mushroom Company. We're in a 5,000 square foot warehouse.
Wait, what?
And
5,000 square feet?
We're a 5,000 square foot warehouse. Yeah,
What?
everything happens indoors. Yeah. And, we have the ability in this tiny spot to, I could probably pump out over 60,000 pounds of fresh mushrooms a year.
Holy Toledo.
In 5,000 square foot because we're a vertical farm. So we have grow rooms with square footage that can be multiplied by 7 because of shelving and whatnot.
Wow.
And, by utilizing, you might want to say like competition, but there's enough of us in the industry now where it's profitability through collaboration. Some people focus on certain aspects of the business because it's a 24/7 endeavor.
That I believe.
We've had people come to the farm like, oh, well, we've got our jackets on. We'll go out into the mushroom field. I'm like, no, there are no mushroom fields. They're just through this hallway here. But what we're trying to do indoors is mimic exactly what's occurring outdoors. Unfortunately, here in New Hampshire, we've got about 12 seasons.
Yeah, no kidding.
And basically, we have to keep, we deal with quarter-degree temperature changes in quarter days.
Wow.
Yeah, so we have the same stresses that, say, a produce farmer, potato farmer, any sort of farmer has that get kind of spread out over 365 days a year, every 3 days.
Jeez.
So when you have a perishable product with intermittent sales, you could stay, well, Jason, it's daytime radio. I can't say what I want to say. Let's just say you stay tense. So like a fishmonger, and so it's a whole different model. Things are very, very sped up, which I think is probably good for me too, because I idle at 90 and sleep like 3 hours a day.
Good grief.
I'm not sure which one is the reason, but
there's mushroom coffee for that'll keep you awake. You know that, right?
Oh, the coffee is great too. The coffee that we've got, and plug there. You can buy it right online, nhmushrooms.com. We have people that get the coffee just for the coffee.
What? Yeah?
And yeah.
What?
We have Mike Vandercook of Picaro Farm. Yeah, he's in Rollinsford. He makes all of our value-added products. It's up to like 52. And he's a real coffee aficionado. And he has gone through a lot of product development. And boy, we have people, the coffee is one of our best sellers. And people are like, I would just get this if it was the coffee without having the added benefit of, the servings of mushrooms that are in it. So, yeah.
You're the...
I drink the chai latte.
You do?
Yeah, but not at night. Because the caffeine would end up keeping me up later than I already am. But we have the unsweetened, decaffeinated one, and it's real chai. It's got that little bite, that peppery, that that spice.
Yeah.
In the back of your throat. Yeah.
There has been
because I'm not when we have where it's a water soluble powder going into these things. One, it's not raw mushrooms going into a smoothie,
right?
And we have our tinctures and our blends and those sort of things. So yeah. And then people being able to come to you asked the question about what the farm looks like. It's a building. I have a studio apartment in the back. My dog barks at everybody. And we don't do them every Sunday anymore. I used to do a free Sunday tour.
Yeah.
And literally thousands of people have come through the building, saying, I thought mushrooms were in a cave, or it was like real dark and smelly. They're like, this is lights and bright lights and everything's sterile and laboratories and stuff like that. So
I would not have guessed
it's kind of a real eye opener.
Yeah, I would not have guessed that.
Well,
I get it.
Well, I kind of make a joke. I'm like, it's nice to talk to thousands of people because I know a few things about mushrooms and most people don't anything. And so the less you know, the smarter I sound when you come to see me.
Yeah.
But there's these people come in with preconceived notions of things, like with wild mushrooms, like, oh, don't touch one that you don't know because it'll kill you. Well, you'd have to eat it. So as long as you don't eat it, you can touch it all day long, but as long as you don't eat the thing, you're not going to die. That's a real big one.
Yeah, I believe that. I've heard that, actually.
There are mushrooms that are grown, in the dark or, smell like manure. But these ones that we have, they grow on wood.
Hang on. Well, that's a good cliffhanger right there. Ooh, baby. Well, you don't have to say you love me, but you know what? That makes me your Dusty Springfield-like host, Ray Dudley. We're coming to you from the YMCA-like conditions of the WKXL studios in Concord. I can smell the pool chlorine all the way over here. 1450 AM, 103.9 FM on your transistor radios, 101.9 FM for the beautiful, beautiful souls in Manchester. Eric Milligan is on the line. We are talking mushrooms, specifically the New Hampshire Mushroom Company. I have a lot more questions. Well, I have a lot of questions, period, but we will be right back. Welcome back to NH Unscripted. Yeah, baby, ride, Captain, ride. I'm your Blues Images like host, Ray Dudley. We're coming to you from the Petticoat Junction Lake Digs of the WKXL studios in Concord. It's a reference for all you old folks. 1450 AM, 103.9 FM on your transistor radios. NHTalkRadio.com is our URL. Enough of that. I want to get back into the conversation about mushrooms. Mr. Milligan, I noticed, so a couple of things I wanted to say. There has been an explosion in the interest of mushroom and mushroom coffees and tinctures. That's fascinating to me. I mean, I've probably got in my cabinet at home, I'll probably get some mushroom coffee right now. It's got chaga and lion's mane in it. I throw it in, scoop or two with my coffee. But what has caused this, all of a sudden, in your opinion, this huge interest in people of mushrooms? What's that happening? How are you riding that thing?
It was a lot of hard work by a lot of small mushroom growers and people that have been making these and using these products for a really, really long time. And one, it is interesting, and I think that it's because a lot of them work for a lot of things, right?
Well said.
And if things work, then people are interested.
Yeah.
I mean, we have a lot of people that are repurchasing our products. But you kind of come in where, it's a food supplement and it's not medicine law and that sort of thing, where I think that people are not feeling well and they want to feel better. And they want to feel better using things that are natural. And they want to use things that nature provides. I mean, there are so many medicines that are derived from fungus. Penicillin, the bolt, and I think if you find that, I don't know, it's almost like I want to pat myself on the back and
Good.
Like another, 1,000 people that have been out in the world, talking for the last decade or more about the benefits of these things. And be like, no, try it. Or like, here's a lion's mane, and it's like crab, and yeah, it is fuzzy, and you can find it, behind your house. And like, wow, this tastes good. Because everyone just, it's button mushroom. or portobellos and brown berries. And like, well, I can't get them at the store, but now I can get shiitakes.
Yeah.
And now at most of your big box stores, you can get specialty mushrooms, oyster mushrooms in lion's mane and of course, shiitakes and king oysters, which have a lot of protein. And mushrooms have vitamin D. And most people, especially here in New England, have vitamin D deficiencies.
Good point.
You know, so what are in these? And we have a lot more people that are vegan and vegetarian. And by having mushrooms as their main protein source.
Oh, I hadn't thought about that.
Yeah, the protein content is comparable to legumes, nuts, and beans.
Wow.
You know, and we don't consume as much dairy as we used to.
Don't get me started on the dairy problem. Good grief.
We certainly don't get enough sun. And so where's our vitamin D coming from? You know, either we're taking a supplement or, you know, where is it in our foods that we're getting it from?
Yeah, I've got it in my cabinet.
And
I've got capsules right now in there.
You know, and where I say, you know, mushrooms going to work for some people some of the time. Mm-hmm. I mean, we have binders of anecdotal because I can't legally tell you that mushrooms would cure cancer.
Right.
And I personally would never tell you that either.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's just not true. You know, but, you know, we have binders of people that have had these fantastic stories of how they have a very rare condition or they have a very rare cancer or a cancer or, you know, MS and ALS and all of these other different maladies where they have seen a drastic improvement in their health. Mm-hmm. You know, to the point of being, God, I don't want to say magical, but to be, I'm losing the word, but
I don't mean to...
like they wouldn't be able to go another day with like, this is what saved my life or this is why I'm healthy.
Yeah.
You know, like, wow, I had this really strange cancer that is now completely gone, and the only thing I took was that mushroom. But it's the other side of the spectrum where it says, wow, I have your energy and focus blend that has cordyceps, which grow off from an insect, by the way, and lion's mane, and I only need that one cup of coffee, and I feel this sustained energy. Why is that? What's happening? You know, and, you know, so I can't, you know, it's called a medicinal mushroom, but it's not medicine. Well, I don't care to call it a medicine because if it works, it works.
Yeah.
You know, it's certainly not going to harm you.
First of all, what's your number one seller?
My good looks, Ray.
Great answer. I mean, is it a coffee? Is it a tincture? Is it a powder? What do you sell the most?
Well,
of?
I mean, it depends on what time of the business I had started at. I mean, when we were just starting the business, it was all just fresh mushrooms. And so, and there was not a lot of people out in the industry doing it. So we had exponential demand from restaurants and wholesalers and farmers markets and mom and pop stores, brick and mortars. And we were trying to satisfy all those things. Now there's a lot of people that are in the industry. You have like Dunk's mushroom products. You know, in Brentwood, he does a lot of restaurants. You've got Maine Cap and Stem over in Maine that services the mushroom industry by creating the substrate, the first part of the business part. You have North Spore and Westbrook that does the kits. You've got, I'm going to miss all kinds of people.
Okay.
You have Mousam Valley Mushroom in Stanford that I've been doing on-site consulting with for the last couple of months to help them boost their yields and get their arms wrapped around like some of the intricacies of species to get consistency and growth and yield. That's why I'm still doing mushrooms at my farm. And so, and there's a lot of smaller mushroom growers that have just started in the last few years that now have the benefit of being able to see online or by visiting different mushroom farms, getting a leg up because myself and a bunch of people started, you couldn't learn it on the internet. We had to learn through failure, and I'm pretty good at that. But that's my best skill, Ray. And so we all have kind of fit into these niches that service this industry that we knew over a decade ago, like, wow, this is important. This is food's an inherent demand. We're using the waste product from other industries to produce a high protein food. Like animal proteins are going to get really, really expensive, and less healthy for you. So, and agricultural costs are going through the roof. People got to eat. There's an inherent demand.
Yeah.
And there's other options out there, and a lot of like-minded people with the ability to get a bigger voice, via the internet, and people sharing information. It's like word of mouth has an exponentially higher value than it used to. I mean, word of mouth now is tens of millions of people at once.
No kidding.
Wow, that sounded good, didn't it, Ray? That sounded good?
Yeah. I was impressed.
I don't know. I lost track of what I lost track about 3/4 of the way through on what question I was answering. I told you.
You answered them all.
You pulled my string. Oh, someone's going to call you and be like, listen, I went to his class. I was there 6 hours. It was only 2-hour class. I don't know if I learned anything, but I was entertained.
But I heard a lot.
Yeah.
You're taking.
But listen, now I drink the chai latte every day, and I've got enough energy and yeah.
Oh, that's fascinating. I had no idea that there were so many people trying to cultivate mushrooms. I mean that sincerely. When I found your website, I thought you're the only people in the state doing this. I had no idea. No. You had like Dave Witchland and Keene. He's been growing mushrooms for a really, really long time. I mean, he started even before I did. Gee, shame
and
on
then,
me.
I was 13 years ago. Mountain Valley, I think, started like 15 years ago. And then I think like Main Cap and Stem was like 12 years ago. North Spore was 12 years ago. Dunk was, I don't know how long he's been in business now. Like, it's got to be 6 or 7 years that he's been in business. And, he does foraging, and I do foraging, and
man,
so
hang on there.
Yeah, I mean, we could talk a little bit about foraging when we come back.
Yeah, happy to do it. Woo! My gosh, we're getting an education today. Woo! Easy come, easy go. That's what we say here. I'm your Bobby Sherman-like host, Ray Dudley, coming even the dating game-like digs of the WKXL studios in Concord, and happy to be doing it. 1450 AM, 103.9 FM. On your Sony Walkmans. NHTalkRadio.com is our URL, and we are talking with Eric Milligan from New Hampshire Mushroom Company. Gosh, my head's ready to explode. We will be right back. It's got so many questions. Welcome back to NH Unscripted. We like to say no matter what shape your stomach's in. Yeah, I'm your Booker T and MG-like host, Ray Dudley. We are coming to you from the spa-like conditions of the WKXL studios in Concord. That's where I go to get my back rubs. Yes, 1450 AM, 103.9 FM on your Sony Walkmans, 101.9 FM for the beautiful, beautiful, beautiful souls of Manchester. NHTalkRadio.com is our URL. Should you wake up in the middle of the night, need a friend, having some warm coffee, or maybe having some mushrooms, 2 or 3 in the morning, yeah, go on out there to NHTalkRadio.com. You find archives of this show, plus all the other great things that take place here at the studio. This show comes to you Wednesday mornings and Friday mornings at 9 a.m. and with a re-airing Wednesday and Friday evenings at 8 p.m. Eric Milligan is talking to me about his New Hampshire Mushroom Company. Eric, hang on here. What did I hit the button on my stupid? I was looking at tinctures, and when your website says that they are wait, hang on, let me look at the action for double. Come on, Ray.
Double extraction.
Yes, sir. Can you explain that?
Yeah. So double extraction is basically you're trying to get the most amount of value in the least amount of space.
Okay.
And so when you have these chemicals in mushrooms, you have things that are either solvent or glycerin, dissolvable, and you have things that are water soluble.
Okay.
And so a double extraction is that you're getting both what a solvent or a glycerin would dissolve and what water.
Got you.
Got you. Yeah.
Got you.
So you're getting both.
Okay. So
and then what's setting? And then you need to be careful with mushroom supplements. Definitely read the back to see what's in it.
Why? What else could they be putting in it?
Well, it's because it's a food supplement. We take pride in the fact that we only use, we're using wild forage products and only the fruit bodies, the mushrooms themselves. There's a lot of ways to, because the mushroom itself is the fruit body, it's the apple on a tree.
Yeah.
But I could have that tree on, say, like rice or another grain or that sort of thing. And so, things where you can cultivate mycelium and put those into products. And so I want to make sure you get exactly what it is that you think you're purchasing.
Uh-huh.
And it's just a higher concentration. It costs us a lot more money to do that.
Yeah.
But we think in the long run, we want people to get what they're buying.
Is that all done in-house? Do you do that there?
No. I don't have that skill set or the space.
Okay.
We actually met Mike Vandercook from Picaro Farm at a farmer's market, and he had fresh mushrooms, and a conversation was brought up, and he had said, I really want to make value-added stuff. And we're like, we really want that. And so we really worked together. And, I'll cultivate the mushrooms or some of the mushrooms and sell them to him, and then buy my own products back. But then he's got a lot of other clients that also buy the same products and sell them under their name with their label.
Yeah.
And so, again, profitability, profitability through collaboration.
Yeah. Yeah. Can you give out your website one more time? Because we're in the lost. NHmushrooms.com. Okay. Two things I wanted to make sure.
We don't ship fresh mushrooms.
Okay.
Never have. They just don't handle well.
Okay.
And even when you spend the most amount of shipping, some places have been able to do it, but I just hadn't had a lot of success with it. Anything that's shelf stable, you can order right on our website, where you can also sign up for any one of the classes that we offer.
Yeah.
And now today, there's not going to show any classes that are on there because we just finished our May to November season.
Okay.
Where, I'm teaching either outdoors, showing you what it's around, or somewhere else, talking about mushrooms. I think next Tuesday, I'm at the Rye Garden Club, talking to them about fungus. And so but during the winter, we offer classes where if it's, you're only interested in the things that you could eat and taste good. Like, that's great. Well, there's like 10 or 13 of them. So come to our top 10 class, and we'll just go over that and where to find them. Come by the farm and visit. So
all the classes. The classes.
Well, a lot of people are hiking, and since COVID, so many other people got hiking. But you have a whole group of people that don't care about getting to the summit, and they want to find food.
Wow, I hadn't thought about that.
And it's all over the place. I mean, it's on. What is this on the tree, and what is that? And well, here we go, Ray. I mean, it was technically a kind of a legal gray area for the first 9 years of my business selling mushrooms.
Mm-hmm.
That wild forage one, because wild mushrooms were not an approved food. So technically, I was not supposed to sell them anywhere, but I did anyway.
Yeah.
Listen, no one got sick or anything like that. Don't worry, I know what I'm doing. I also pay a lot of money in insurance to also do that.
I'll bet.
Well, we had a conversation in the farmer's market with our local rep, Jerry Knert, about this. And he said, hey, why don't we've only got 2 days, but this is probably really important. I said, well, it's a food safety issue. You want to make sure, that, restaurants and things are not purchasing mushrooms that are, not edible or toxic.
Yeah.
He's like, well, we got 2 days. Let's write a bill. And so in 2 days, he had written a bill and introduced it. And long story short, throw COVID in there. In the state of New Hampshire, you can be a licensed, certified mushroom harvester. a person that's going to sell them to either a restaurant, farmer's market, or grocery store. So now you can legally sell wild mushrooms in New Hampshire.
Is that highly regulated?
It wasn't regulated at all before. Highly regulated now. It's in its infancy.
Yeah.
A whole bunch of people. Dr. Chris Nefus, he teaches mycology at UNH. He teaches and does the certification classes. You need to know your stuff. But then there's a couple of tiers where there's some that you can and can't sell. But the most stuff on there, without you'll have people requesting lobster mushrooms and chanterelles and black trumpets. These are things you wouldn't be able to cultivate indoors by the nature of the type of fungus that it is.
Okay.
But are some of the highest quality foods, and they're in people's backyards.
Jeez. It's a crazy world. I had no idea. I
mean, there's one that grows here in the fall, which didn't really grow at all in the Lakes region this year, which is matsutake, which was actually one of my first radio things with NPR a couple of years before I was even a farm. There was like a bumper crop that year. In Asian markets, those can sell in Asia, in like Japan and stuff. They can sell upwards of like $700 a pound sometimes.
What?
Remember what truffles? White truffles sometimes start like from Alba around $9,000 a pound.
Holy Toledo! My God! I seriously, I had no idea. I'm just thinking it's mushrooms. It's a world.
And most people don't know anything at all, which is why coming to a spot like New Hampshire Mushroom Company is great, because you can learn a lot really fast, and the amount of people that we have really engaged in something that they're curious about. We should have been learning about like fungus and mycelium and how fungus interacts with our daily lives when we were learning like what dirt was and what clouds were.
No kidding.
And so it's a huge aspect of like our day-to-day lives.
Yeah.
And it really just blows the mind of a lot of people and invigorates people to like, I don't know, go outside, walk around and look down.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fascinating.
So on your website, I want to make sure we get, because I don't want to deviate too much here, but I'm going to. You have like a subscription thing, right? Is that popular? Are people sign up for the monthly?
Yeah. What it does is, because these products have been so popular.
Yeah.
Some of the blends and things in the beginning we would sell out of. And, they're being cranked out as fast as they could. So a subscription was great. It was like, oh, great, that's a 30-day supply. I don't have to think about it. It just comes in the mail, and I can just take it. I have to think about ordering. It also puts me in the queue to make sure that I'll be able to get it. Now, we don't have those problems now, but, I mean, we're just, starting out.
Yeah.
And it's just a convenience of getting the subscription. Or we have people buying subscriptions for, like, a family member.
Eric, please give me your website one more time. I can't believe we ran out of time.
nhmushrooms.com, Ray. I have a feeling you're going to make a trip up and see me soon.
I've been out to Tamworth a couple of times, actually. I have some friends out there. Eric Milligan from the New Hampshire Mushroom Company was on the line today talking to us about mushrooms. My goodness, I just can't believe it. We are coming to you from the Hollywood Square-like digs of the WKXL studios in Concord. I love to sit in the center square, 1450 AM, 103.9 FM on your transistor radios, 101.9 FM for the beautiful souls of Manchester, and nhtalkradio.com is our URL. Go out to Eric's class. See, man, learn. All right, see ya.